This episode is brought to you by Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy. Welcome back, everyone. It's the TFG Tuesday podcast, and this might be the biggest one we've had for the season. We have the match winner, the 100th game player. We have the skipper, the boys fresh off the win, 5 in a row at the Cattery. Oh, I tell you what, every bloody media outlet should be tuning into this one because this is the biggest podcast we've ever done at American Aces. I'll start with you, Tobes, as the skipper. How proud are you of this group that just goes down to Geelong and gets it done every single year?
Yeah, well, great introduction, mate. You absolutely nailed that. So well done. It was an awesome win. Great feeling after the game in the rooms. A lot of families in there. Everyone was up and about. They're the games you really love to win, and makes travelling home the next day a lot more enjoyable. And I guess it was a time when we really needed it as well. So yeah, take it and look forward to it.
Oh, backs against the wall, boys. 3 in a row you lost, just playing pooch, and then you just turn it on. Jesse Hogan's kicked 1,000. He took that many contested clunks on the weekend. Oh, he is unbelievable. But hey, we're not going to talk about Jesse because we've got 2 big dogs on the program. Now, Tobes, while you've got the mic, the first question I have to ask is, mate, I thought you did your Achilles. When you slapped the ground, can you just give us an update on your ankle? Because I saw it roll the right way. I know how it works. Syndesmosis in, outside means it'll swell up a little bit. But can you just give us all, can we take a deep breath? Is it all good?
Yeah, it's all good. It's bloody sore, but 6-day break will be interesting. So see how we go, mate. I've done it a few times before, and yeah, it's just annoying. So we'll see how we go during the week, but I won't be doing too much.
So was that more of just a frustration slap on the ground because you know how much work goes into, your ankle and how much you use it changing direction? Is that what it was?
No, my reaction to pain is anger. So every time I stub my toe, I punch something. It was that sort of reaction.
Oh, that's good to know because, geez, I was a bit nervous watching it. I thought you were done, but you weren't. Yeah, you're enormous, and so is the boys next to you. Now, when it's Greener's 100th game, when your team's lost 3 in a row, you're coming up against one of the best sides in the competition. Like, what is it as a group? Where'd you find the motivation this week?
To be honest, it's still enjoyable coming into the club every day. Everyone's working bloody hard. It's not like we've dropped our heads and sort of given up on or anything like that. If you had walked into the club, I don't think you would have known we'd lost 3 in a row. So, but we knew what sort of position we were in, and Greener's 100th, Cody's first game, Joey's second game. Like we had some young and some good energy down there going into the game, and obviously had a bit of success, but not that you really take too much of that going into it. So it could have gone anyway in the end. Blitzarves kicks the goal. We're sitting here crying. So we'll take it though, mate. And it was a good fun day.
Did anyone say anything funny to the great man? Because, I think Geelong's probably the club that most of the boys. We had Jesse Cameron's wedding and you're in the party there and everyone loves you. So was there any words to a few of the boys as you went past them or maybe when Blick was having a shot there?
No, I was yelling at him, but no, he's a good man, Blitz. So I didn't, nothing untoward, just praying that he missed really. And it didn't look great off the boot. And then I was sort of side on. So when it hit the post, I was a relieved man.
Oh, we all were relieved. Well, pass the mic on to the bloke on your left. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. When someone needs a sausage roll, it's the man in the glove. I thought it was Travis Cloak down there, just clunking it, selling some candy. Rick, you were enormous during the ruck. God, you have 17 posies. You kicked the match winner, and you had a couple of hit-outs as well. It's good to have you back in that forward line, Rick. Just kick us off with the moment, mate. There's always moments in football. I never had a good one. I only had a bad one. Tell me what it's like to have a good one.
You've had plenty of train over that. To be honest, mate, I know the pack was forming and Harvey Thomas, I don't really know to the moment how he got that clearance, but it was actually pretty special if you go back and watch. He won the ground ball and got up, kicked it up to me and Hogue. And I was at the back of the pack, so I knew it was going to hit the deck and I probably wasn't going to mark it. So I was just ready for it to hit the ground. And once it did, I pounced on it. And I reckon, to be honest, it was probably 4 or 5 handball options looking back, and I burnt them all to snap it over on the opposite. So I reckon I've almost cost us, but it's gone through and you take it.
I reckon Green is laughing because he knows you never give the handball. You see the goals, you're having a shot, and so you should,
right, yeah.
mate. You're looking fresh out there. I know you haven't played every game this year, but when you come in, it's always impact. You looked explosive. You look fresh. You were quick. Like you must be feeling good. I mean, how many years are you into your career now?
We're 6 years in our train, yeah, and I think this pre-season was probably the best one yet in terms of fitness and running, and I knew I was missing the first 2 games as well, so. Just had that eye for getting fit and almost using that as a mini little pre-season itself. So, yeah, definitely played a part, yeah.
So good. Well, what's it like when you got Green as 100th? I mean, you must have found a little bit more this week just for you and Green are attached to the hip, your best mates. We'll talk about his performance in a second. Geez, as I said, you boys combined, you've had about 60 and kicked 3 match winners. What's it like playing in his 100th and kicking the match winner? Like, do you have a little bit of banter on the bus back from Geelong and say, like, you know, Greener, without me, you don't get the win? Or is there any banter post-game, boys? Come on, don't hold back.
No, to be honest, we haven't even really spoke about that too much, but I know that his mum after the game was wrapped because obviously it was his 100th and I've ended up getting the winner for him and getting us a win, which was nice. But just seems to be down in Geelong. I know Tubbs was 200th. It was 200th, wasn't it? 2 years ago. Got the win down at GMHBA in a milestone game, and then we've just done it again for Greener. So it was good to get the win for him. He deserved the win, and he'll obviously tell you more about it than I will. So
Rick would also like to make mention of the fact last year when we were down there, he kicked 4 in a close one as well. So you just got to bring some attention to that.
The Geelong specialist, they're calling him.
Yeah. Runs in the blood, mate.
Did you run past Jezza Cameron, you boys, all 3 of you? And if you did, is there any? I saw Iden had the task on him all day. I think he threw Iden into the ground and picked him up. But was there any funny commentary?
He had an inside 50. I remember when they were going towards the end, we kicked last, and you were hunting him.
Yeah,
you remember that? Yeah.
No, I had dinner with him last night, so that was good of him to. I actually took a few of my groomsmen out for dinner. So. That was good to catch up when he came, and I told the boys just to settle down before he gets here because they were carrying on a bit in the rooms. And I said, he probably doesn't want to hear this from you, like, you know, my brother, he's a fucking idiot. So I said, boys, settle down. Like he just lost the game by 2 points. I know how I'd feel walking into that. So it was great by him and great to see him. And obviously don't get to catch up too often, but yeah, Seeker, he's unreal. He's that hard to play on. So Jezza was sort of floating around everywhere as he does. But, it's always good fun going up against him.
Well said, and that's great that he caught up. That just sums up the man. Well, let's put it on to the 100th gamer, 37-1. And I must say, Greener, when you were having a shot, I've played down there, and I remember Matthew Pavlich kicking a similar goal in a final, and it's one of the hardest spots to kick a goal from. I reckon that turned the game. Not didn't turn the game. He was already in the game, but it was a big lifter for the group. Talk us through the set shot.
I was just sort of happy I actually ended up getting my hands on it because if you go back and check the vision, Ricker was actually in the ruck contest. No, it shouldn't have been yours, but he came sprinting over, looking at the mine. That's me. No, that footy me. And the umpire's gone, no, Tom Green's kick, which is so I was lucky to actually just get my hands on it in the end. But it just as soon as I got it. If you have a shot from that sort of range and that spot, you've probably got to kick it because otherwise everyone's screaming, put it to the hot spot. So, I'm just glad it connected nicely and went through.
What about the celebration? I loved it. You ran past every teammate and said, come on, this is what we need, fellas. You high-fived everyone. It's good to see.
Yeah, well, I was getting called to the bench as well, so you sort of make sure – I did zigzag and make sure I collected everyone on the way through, but I'm just glad I went through in the end, Trano.
Mate, whilst I've got you, congratulations on 100. It's unbelievable to think you've already notched that up. And I don't do the stats. We'll have to go to Hoyne or some nerd at SEN to fix them up. But I'd imagine it's one of the best 100 we've ever seen. You've been everywhere in your first 100, and that one there, where do you put it? Is that one of your top 5, top 2? You've had 40s, but that's got to be up there, doesn't it?
Maybe just. We've got a few injuries. Like, obviously, Tubbs hurt himself during the game, but, like, Jake Stringer hurts himself early. Joey Delano comes on as a sub, and I thought he was really, really good. And so we had a really young and inexperienced team. And as we all know, it's so hard to win down there. Geelong are always tough, and the Cattery's a tough spot to win. So, no, it was certainly very, very special. And as you said, it's nice when the big Rick can get us over the line in the end.
Oh, it must have been amazing when you saw Rick do that. What were you? Where were you on the ground, Greeno, when he did that?
You're part of the.
I was. Well, I nearly got run over by him. He started steaming through. He's nearly actually flattened Harvey Thomas, completely run over him. And then I got in his way, and he's nearly bowled me over as well. So it took a few of us to slow him down. I thought he was going to hit a knee slide at one point.
I honestly thought FIFA celebration coming up. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah. But,
I know you love your FIFA. That's good. Well, Mother's Day, you've ruined Mother's Day for everyone down there in Geelong, but you would have made your own mothers very proud. Let's talk about Mother's Day, boys. What was the gift you got your mother? Jeez, they've all frozen on me. Start with you, Greener, and pass the mic.
Yeah. A W.
Oh!
Yeah, and there was a match winner from me, mate. So my brother sorted something out for us. I actually don't know exactly what he got, but he said, "I'll just send me the money over." I didn't see it, but it was good by the club. We actually we all got given flowers to give to him in the race before the game. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. That was a nice touch. So
yeah, that's very nice touch. And Tobes?
Well, I actually did something for my mum. I got her a nice picture frame off my one of my mates, Big Patchy Garno. He'll be listening. I saw his missus post a thing about Mother's Day and getting a present. So I did that about 2 weeks ago, but I forgot to give it to Mum, so it's still in my bag back in Sydney, which is disappointing. So she'll get that, mate. We play down there in a few weeks, so she'll get that.
Have you at least sent her a video to just prove that you've got it?
No, I was with her. I was in the rooms with her. I just forgot to give it to her. It sort of caught up in the emotion in the rooms. Everyone was just up and about, and that was the last thing on my mind. So, but she'll get it.
Now, boys, Amy Clangers. When clangers happen, it's lucky you with Amy. We love clangers, and there's always a few at local football clubs. Can you give us one that might have happened on the weekend?
The two young fellas getting caught up in it after the game, kissing babies and shaking hands. We're in there for about 5 minutes waiting for them. It was actually getting a bit frustrating. So, but it was great to see. And, I sort of forget what it was like to play my first or second game and having a great win like that. It was pretty funny, but they can hurry up next time.
I did see a couple of you boys throw the Gatorade that hard into their eyes. I reckon you blinded one of the boys. So you're just a little bit of frustration to say, hey, just rinse him in Gatorade so he can't see, and that's a little sign to hurry up next time. What about you, Rick? Have you seen any clangers lately at the club?
Yeah, there was one actually on the weekend train. It was almost an almost clanger. Hothead on my side here, Tommy Green, nearly giving away a 50 with 2 minutes to go.
Oh, that
wasn't great. I'm not sure how.
He kept spraying.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it could have been an all for nothing in the end train because there was a bit going on in the half forward flank with Tommy Green and Shawnee Manor, but lucky he didn't. So
can you pass that on to Tommy? Because I want to know what were you saying, Greener? Because it was a crucial part of the game, and whatever you said, the umpire, you must have you got the gift of the gab because he calmed down and didn't give the 50.
Well, the umpire, thankfully, was right there. And so he saw, if you actually watch it, he pushed, I was pushed first. So I just, pushed him back and I was over him. So he, maybe put a little bit falling back into it and looks a bit bigger than it was. But thankfully, the umpire saw it all. And then he sort of played on and had a shot and kicked it out on the full. And I just told him that, maybe the top of the square is the spot to put it.
He's not a bad player, Shawnee Manor. He's very,
very handy. He's been a great pickup for him.
Massive pickup. Anything else to come from that game, boys? I mean, it was one of the best games. I thought last week the Pies Geelong was one of the best games, but that was right up there. Both teams scoring 100. I think the Super Sunday, there was only like 6 points. Was it 6 points or 5 points decided between the three games? So it's a tight competition, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's tough to win week to week. I think there's, 12, 14 teams, maybe even more that, depending on who rocks up on that day, is going to win the game. So, yeah, it was a really good game. As you said, a high-scoring game, particularly in the first half. I think we went in and both teams were over 60 already, which is really high-scoring. So, I'm sure it was a great spectacle for everyone. And, yeah, it was nice to come away with a win. Yeah,
Greener, while you got the mic, I try to predict what's going to happen when I watch football, and I saw there was a couple of laid outs. So not laid outs, but they're probably just out. So Jonesy's out, Snooze was out. Then when he was out, I thought, who's gonna tag? In the end, did you and the other Finn walk up to Bailey and old mate Holmesy and just say, boys, I'll just see you at the finish line. So you're going to have 35 each, because it looked like no one was playing on anyone. What's going on in the midfield? Is it a race to 40 these days, or is there any defensive transition? What's going on, Greener?
Well, I think it's just a good old-fashioned midfielders game. You shake hands, say good luck, I'll see you at the end, as you said, Trano, and then you just go and slug it out. But, you're right. It was the defensive stuff probably wasn't as sharp as when we've got Snooze and a few of those other boys running around in there. But as I said, it makes for a good spectacle. So as a fan, I think it's good to see. But, as Kingers will probably have some defensive transition work-ons for us, I'm sure.
You had 37. Bailey Smith had 35. Witters always has 30. Holmesy had 30 and Finn had 29. Just some impressive numbers there from the alpha males on ball. It was all happening. I'll pass this one back to who wants to talk about the package. Jakey Stringer's gone down with a string, or it looks like it. Can we get any kind of, was it precautionary, was it tight, or has he done a grade 1?
Probably done a grade 1. I'm just guessing though. No one knows. It was on the inside, I think. So that I don't know. That's probably a bit better than in the belly, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, he'll get a scan today, I think, String, and hopefully it's only 2 to 3 weeker. But he's already had one this year, so it'll probably be a bit cautious. So just wait and see, I think.
Well, we know that he doesn't need much, and he can even just start as a sub. But I reckon what's he kicked? He's kicked like 5 goals in 2 quarters. So hopefully it's only a couple of weeks or 3 weeks normally, and he's back, because he was just starting to get going. Who's going to take his spot now if he's out for 3, Tobes?
It is disappointing, because he was starting to really find his feet and look really dangerous and another threat ahead of the ball. But I think Darce has a good chance to play this week. Smooze will play. That's it.
Or Brownie taking a bit more.
Yeah. So, we'll just probably shuffle a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing this week, so we'll work it out.
And what's the go with the ankle, Tobe? So do you just not train all week and ice it? Is that pretty much your week?
Pretty much, yeah. Probably do a test Friday or even Saturday. I don't know. It should be right. I'm hoping. You just don't really know till you try and change direction. So wait and see.
Has it blown up a little bit for the TFG Tuesdays loyal listeners and viewers here? And by the way, if you are watching on YouTube, just hit that subscribe button, please, for Toby and I. Has it blown up a little bit? Like normally the swelling's the problem. Is it swollen?
It is a bit. It's more just the inside though that you sort of crunch it in, so you crunch it outwards, but then the inside gets sore, and that's the bit that's a bit sore. So I've done it a fair few times, and it's always just sort of see how you feel. As long as it's not your deltoid, the medial ligament, you're usually all right. So,
fingers crossed, mate. We need to have the TFG out there every single week. You're playing great footy. Started very well. A couple of shots early, which was pivotal. Got the boys going. Tell you what gets the boys going as well. Just pass that mic over to Ricker. It's got to be the sticky glove. The AFL's just come out with a report. They might need to investigate, because you were just clunking everything there with that glove, Ricker. What's going on with that hand? Talk to me about the glove.
Yeah, I heard it a few weeks ago, Train, and I was trying to get up for the Swannies game last week, and I didn't have the glove, and I was just struggling a bit. So then and it was a bit painful, so I pulled out. And then the great Andrew Rondinelli, our what's his role? Head of S&C?
Jim Guru.
Jim Guru, we'll call him, the DZ type operator, as you know, said, mate, you need a glove. I reckon it'd do you wonders. So I trained with it on Friday, just gone, and it was feeling pretty sticky, mate, so it's stuck, and I reckon I'll have it for a couple more weeks now, so it'll be part of the game day kit for me for sure.
I thought it actually looked elite. How does it feel? Like normally when you wear a glove, sometimes people don't like the ball drop.
To be honest, it actually does. Just the kicking and stuff. It is a bit uncomfortable. It's not actually over that sticky. And then if you smash it with grippo, it just cooks your ball drop even more. So it was something to get used to, definitely. And I felt like the difference between Friday training to Saturday captain training to the game, it improved a lot. So yeah, it's got need to get used to it for sure.
No wonder you were selling candy on the right and then rolling around on the left, just so he had to use the good hand to just drop it on the foot. Oh, that's very good. Now pass the microphone to Greener, because it's his time to shine. As we know, the NBA playoffs have kicked off. There's no better time to check out the PointsBet app. NBA bet trackers, you can track your multis. I like to track me 3-point market. You can get the rebounds, assists, whatever you want. Single markets or multis. Follow your NBA bets live in the PointsBet app. PointsBet, built different. And I tell you who's built different, and it's Luka Doncic, and he's your favourite player, Greener. And I know you've spoken about this. This is old news, but I just want to get a little bit of an update on where you're at mentally in the NBA. Have you got a new side? Are you still supporting Luka? Are you a Dallas man? Like, what's going on, Greener? Because I know you've been following him before anyone else.
So I'm glad we can get that out there as well, Trainer. Obviously been on him since he was a 16-year-old at Real Madrid, balling out in the Euro League. And so it's nice to be able to follow him all the way into now. But I'm actually getting a little bit fed up with him. I think it's, he's obviously a superstar. We know how good he is, but I think he is just let himself go a little bit, and he needs to probably sort out his body. It looks like he's running out of gas towards the back end of seasons and games, and he's just become a real liability defensively. So he needs to sort that out if the Lakers are going to be a real chance. I have always been a Clipper fan, actually. I'm a Clippers man, so seeing them go down to Denver in the first round was heartbreaking. And now I'm sort of following Jokic. I really enjoy the way that he plays. It's obviously pretty easy to say because he's the best player in the league, so it sounds pretty bandwagon. But I love watching him play and hoping Denver do well.
While you're there, we're going to get to Jokic, but our good friends, Rama and KPI Construction, I'll just put that up. But if there was to stop that meal for Luka, what do you think he needs to stop eating?
Oh, I think they said as soon as he's come across any American food, it must be Wingstop or whatever it is down in Texas. Too much Texas barbecue. Terry Black's or whatever it is in Austin. He's eating too much of that. He needs to stay away from that. So maybe LA will be good for him. They say it's really like foodie, eating all the health sort of stuff. Hopefully he gets a few cleansed juices, sort him out and get him right.
I agree. Stop that. He needs to stop going in and out, and he needs to get to Earth Cafe. Big Luka. I think when you see him start his career, he was that lean. I think someone said, thank God he found fast food because he would have just chopped up the Americans.
Yeah, no, he was, and he's super skilled. But you're right. People said he wasn't really that athletic or anything when he started, but you look at like his body when he started compared to now, he's put on 15 at least.
Yeah, it's and you've got a similar build to Luka. Like, you work hard on your physique, don't you? Like, you could blow out if you wanted, Greener, but you are elite.
Yeah, well, I've gone the other way. I came in fat and I've now trimmed up. He came in trim and now he's fattened up. So I think you've got to go the way that I went.
Well,
and it's always a work on. I can't eat like Ricker.
Little KPI Construction, stop that to Luka, and that is the fast food outlets in LA, and just get back to Earth Cafe. We'll keep moving to the NBA, Greener. It's all happening, but you said you're on the Jokic bandwagon. I think they just went down today. That series is looking like going to 7 as we record this podcast. Who's taking it out? You are an NBA specialist. Me and Tobes we've been speaking about the NBA, but now that the Pistons are out, he doesn't give a stuff. Who's going to take this out? Because I can't work out what's going on at the moment.
I actually gave Toby rubbish because I was watching the, obviously I'm a regular TFG Tuesdays, podcast listener. So when I heard him talking about the only things he could say about Detroit basketball was 8 Mile and some throwback to the bad boy Pistons or something like that. and then they had to clip it up. I knew he wasn't a big basketball head, but I think OKC, Denver and OKC looks really, really good. I would have said the Celtics too, but the Knicks are giving them some trouble. So my tip is I think it's still going to be a Celtics and Oklahoma City NBA Finals, and I think OKC are going to get it done.
Who would you love to see, though?
I wouldn't mind, like the Cavs would be cool, but I think I'd love if the Nuggets won. Now, I'd love if the Nuggets won.
Very well said. Well, let's keep moving, boys. Let's keep moving. Tobes, I'm just checking our WhatsApp group because, the game yesterday's kind of rattled me. I just wanted to talk about that for hours. What about one of our mates who wrote a card to his mum? This is a shout out to Rama. He wrote, "To a wonderful mum, love you forever. Thanks for creating greatness, Aaron."
It's actually good, and that is him to a T. He loves himself more than his kids. So he's a good man, Rama, and that's just true to character.
And Greener, before we finish up talking about the NBA, we have some big news. I don't think I've told anyone this, but Dyson Daniels is an hour away from joining us on the Tommy Talks podcast, most improved player of the NBA, and was absolutely robbed of NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Have you got any questions for me to ask him?
It's tough. It's what you might have to ask him about is last year at the Emerson, we had a good night with him. A few of the Giants boys. Cads was there and he got stitched up pretty badly. I've got a photo of it actually. They brought out a few of the bottle girls, bring out those signs in the Emerson, and someone had clearly paid a bit of cash. And they had in the the writing in it, "Cadman sold me." I think Cads might have fucked up someone's multi, didn't kick a snag, and they were pretty dirty at him. So they've partied that around in front of Dyson Daniels at the Emerson. So no, he's a good man, Dyson. It's great to see. He had such a good year. He was honestly unbelievable, and he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year as well. So that's a great scalp from you, Tommy. It's a great get.
Oh, he's a great get, and it's going to be – I can't wait to talk to him about his year and how good he is. I want to know who the hardest player is to defend in the NBA. That's my best question. But, Green, have you got one? You got to have one. Maybe it's something about Luka, how to guard the big boy?
Well, yeah, maybe that. I'd also like to know – so, like, I saw a clip of him at the start of this year. He said he wanted to be first team for All-NBA, like first-team defense, which I don't know if it's been announced yet, but he will be. And so I sort of want to know what his goals are for next year. Does he plan, does he want to be an all-star? Like, he obviously leveled his game up so much this year. Where's he going? Is he going to become a 20-point per game scorer? Is he going to shoot 40% from three? Where does he want to take it and go to? Because he got so much more opportunity this year, and we saw what he could do with it. I just want to know what's next for him, because he's a superstar.
Yeah, love it. That's a great question. What's next? I'll see what he's working on in the off-season. That's a cracker question.
And also ask him if he wants to get some shots up at any point while he's over here and needs a rebounder, tell him to hit me up. I'll happily do it for him.
Oh, I like that. All right. Well, I'll let him know. You fancy yourself, don't you, Green? Are you number one at the club? Because Toby told me he's got a 5. He's cooking up, but he's waiting.
Yeah, number one easily, and it's not even close. And this is not
Jack
even like
Buckley's just entered the chat. He reckons that's a little bit of
Bucks is all defense. Bucks can't play the game on the other end, and even then, I'd still give him buckets.
I want you to be honest with me. When we watch on TV, there's always someone from each team holding up a sign. Generally it's the last 2 minutes, or it's there's you're down by 6 goals. They've got the green card up or something. But do you guys ever look at these signs, and do you think it's a bit of carry on? Like, do you reckon we're grown up enough to just throw those signs out and just communicate verbally, or can you tell me how important these signs are they hold on the bench? Toby, let me know.
Well, no, they do play a role because the runners can't really come out much anymore except a goal. So especially in time on when you know how long's left, or like yesterday, we're in win the game and save the game, which is a whole different way about how we go about it. You sort of need to know, but I think you're talking about like the
dolphin sign or
the orca or the orcas.
Control.
Yeah, they're a bit more strange. So I understand what you're saying. Some of them do play a role though.
What are yours? I mean, there's all these different animals and letters and all that. Like, what the fuck do they mean?
We've got the killer whale, so just get going, start hunting.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
And who's that? I mean, you're not hunting already? Like, as if Tommy Green's going to the centre square bounce saying, I'm not going to hunt.
Yeah. It's a great point. I always say that, Train. It's like when
Someone comes in. The thing is, Train, forwards or backs come in and tell me, win a centre bounce, get it going our way. Mate, do you think I'm rolling in there trying to let them out the front door?
Yeah, exactly right, Greener. Hang on, they're going to put a killer whale up and you're going to just fire up, are you? I can't work it out, Rick.
Yeah. Well, they kick 6 in a row. It's like, boys, fire up. It's like, yeah, thanks, mate. I fucking know.
Well, I just thought those signs have got to go. I mean, win the game, save the game. I totally respect that comment, Toby, but if you're down by 1 point and you look at the scoreboard, you're probably trying to win the game, and if you're up by 1, you're probably trying to save the game. I can't believe these signs are getting thrown up. I think it's a disgrace, and every club needs to get rid of them. Let's talk about this week. The Dockers, they're really struggling. You can cut it any way you want, but their effort's there. But I think they had 60-something entries, but they're just struggling to score. You kind of know what you're coming up against, but it's going to be a dog-hungry side. Hopefully everyone's fit and available. Tobes, fingers crossed the ankle, obviously strings out with the grade 1. You know what's coming. But Greener, I guess this one's for you. You got Caleb Sarong, Andy Brayshaw. They've probably got a couple more in there that'll play a role. What's the mindset this week?
Yeah, well, I suppose it's got to be what you sort of said there, Tommy. Like, they're going to come over really hungry, obviously looking to make amends. And the reality is we're only, one really close win and, a couple of bad or, unfortunate kicks from Geelong away from losing 4 on the trot. So, we're not exactly flying at a million miles an hour at the minute either. So, we're really, really hungry and got to make sure that we put our best foot forward because, as we've also already said, maybe the Dockers aren't the best form, but they can turn it on just like that. They've got fantastic players all over the park, and if we don't rock up, they're gonna, they'll beat us without a doubt. So we need to put our best foot forward and go out and give our best effort.
While you got the mic, I've always asked Toby every week when we play another side who your favourite player of all time is to the team you're playing. So start with you, Greener, go to Ricker, then Tobes. When I say Fremantle Dockers, what's the one player that comes to mind, Greener?
I'm going to go with Pav. Easy one, obviously, but like Pavlich, I think, got picked in all Oz teams, forward, back, all over the park, like an absolute superstar. And I also, like, my favourite players are big marking key forwards. And so, yeah, I'm going to say Pav.
What's your favourite Pav moment? Because there's a few.
I don't know. That's putting me on the spot a little bit.
Oh, don't worry about that one. I'll put you on the spot. That's all right. Pass it to Rick.
I've probably got two, Train. One's the old ex-teammate of Werribee, Mickey Barlow. He was obviously a very good player in his day. He come in, I reckon his first year was he leading the Brownlow once?
Yeah, he was. Before that horrific injury, he was leading the Brownlow, and he'll tell you about it.
Yeah, he will. So I'll tell you who was a really good player was Stephen Hill. I used to love watching him. And if I remember him, would be that goal he kicked it. I think it was at GMHBA.
Oh.
When he ran down the wing, took about 4 or 5 bounces and put one through. And big day for Freo, that one.
I'll never forget that one. Do you know where I was in that bit of play?
Where were you?
Oh, haven't you seen it?
Nah. Were you part of the stoppies or were you forward?
It's me almost moment, boys. I was in the middle of the ground on my own, waving my arms for 100 metres and it ended up doing a block. I didn't even block anyone. He ran past me and I celebrated. And that was the best moment of my career. Go back and watch the highlight, mate. Everyone was going, Tommy, what the fuck are you doing? I was out in space and Stephen just said, I'm not passing it to him. He'll miss it.
Yeah. Pick that up. That'll be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tobes, what about you?
Reece Palmer, mate. Just come on to the scene and framed him. And then he got a good injury like Mickey Barlow as well. But a good man, Reece. Very close mates with him when he was at the Giants. And the best overseas traveller you'll ever see, mate.
And that's all that matters these days, apparently. He actually changed the game. I remember when I was young, John O'Rourke, we used to hang out a bit, and he used to get the Reece Palmer cut. Reece was onto the game early. I know it's the Nick Dacos type of operation now, but
he had like the blonde tips, and the sort of but he had like spiked it a little bit at the front, like it was a bit different. Yeah, he did though. He sort of revolutionised it.
Did he ever tell you about it?
Well, he would have. But he's good. He's a good character, Reece, and never have a dull moment around him. He's a good man.
What was your favourite memory with him at the footy club? Because he's obviously a Giants man.
We did a few overseas trips together, and him in Brazil was something else to behold. He was special over there. But at the club, to be fair, he was one of the hardest workers you'll ever see. And I learned a lot from him my first year, and spent a lot of time sort of training with him. So I did take a lot from him in that regard as well.
I love it. Well, we love this, boys, and you're welcome back anytime. Tobes, I'm hoping that ankle is all good. Rick, keep rocking that glove. And Greener, just pretend it's your 100th every week, big fella, because what you did on the weekend, you are embarrassing every single player to play midfield that's played 100 games because you're doing it with ease. You boys are on fire. This game's big. I'm 50-50, lads. So if I come into the rooms this week, don't go, oh, yeah, Trino, I'm in the back corner there. Go and give us a hug with your boys. You know how awkward it is when you're sitting there. You got no family members. I feel like an absolute nuffy. Hey, I feel like a nuffy in the corner. Come around and give us a hug, would you, boys?
Yeah. Well, no, appreciate it, mate, and great to have the boys on.
Yeah, it has been good.
People get like it.
Has been good, and we've worked out that mic scenario, so that's well done. And to everyone that tunes into the TFG Tuesday podcast, we appreciate you. Hit subscribe. Flick this to a mate that loves Ricker and Greener's work as well as Toby's. We'll see you same time right here on Aus American Aces, so thank you.
You need your bodyguard to be quick. And Gas is as quick as they come. Still, he's not as quick as a PointsBet app where I can place my same game multi before he's had a chance to even... We'll call that a draw.
It's never been quicker to piece together an NBA same-game multi with PointsBet.
Memories.
PointsBet. Built different. You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
This episode is brought to you by Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.